shot me down.
We should do it, and we should just be as honest as possible about everything, and yeah, man, I trust you. I trust you.
Well, since this is all, all done, I guess I have to make a response to all this. So, welcome back to another video, and yeah, there's been a lot that's been going on with me and well, everything else. So I've been sick for like maybe about a few days or so, max of like probably like 4 days. It sucks, it really does, and I'm trying to it's been getting better. Like, I'm able to actually physically fucking breathe, because a few days ago it was pretty hard to fucking breathe. And but now, since recently, the Jake Paul documentary that Shane Dawson has been making for about 2 months or so is officially over. It is done, and I actually want to give my personal opinion and thoughts on this whole documentary. And yes, I watched episodes 1 through 8 bit by bit, second after second. It was a really intense ride, and if you guys have not seen this, which I don't know how you haven't, but if you haven't watched all the episodes or haven't had time to watch them, and now you have the time, please actually go watch it, because then some of the points will actually make sense in the video, and I don't want to make spoilers come out if you guys haven't seen it. So just watch it first and then come back to this video, because usually some of the episodes are around about 40 minutes to like 50, and then the last one's actually an hour and 45 minutes. So that one's a pretty long episode. It's the last one of the series, so let's actually get into it. Now, I actually wanted to make a video about this like earlier, because in the beginning of the whole series, there's been a whole bunch of people making videos on the whole series is that, oh, it's too over dramatic. And yeah, I honestly would agree, because some big YouTubers actually started making videos and talking about this whole controversy between that, like, Shane is making this whole thing too dramatic, saying they're like, you're putting these random clips of people getting hurt, or like some like weird, like over dramatic like music, and like something that should never be in there, because there was no need for it. And there was a lot of YouTubers making it. There was PewDiePie, Pyrocynical, I'm Alex. There was a lot of people. Even Logan Paul even commented on the series.
But when you're talking about mental health, you kind of have to be more responsible than that. The video constantly uses this bizarre stock footage edits in them with this creepy background music.
But Shane's series has garnered a bit of controversy. For example, in one of the episodes, he sits there with a therapist theorizing that Jake Paul could be a sociopath.
I think for me, that's what I had a problem with while watching the documentary, is the fact that they were labeling Jake Paul with something that he isn't, or trying to prove that he is something, but he isn't. And it kind of gets confusing for the viewer, because you don't really know what Jake Paul is anymore.
I'm going to give a little brief review of the beginning of the documentary and just explain it all, what's going on, and my thoughts of it. So basically, people wanted to know that, is Jake Paul a sociopath? And in the beginning, people were thinking about, oh yeah, is he a psychopath? Is he a sociopath? That's basically what the whole beginning of the series was, just trying to amp up people, saying, oh, he could be this, or he could be that, or maybe he isn't. And in the beginning, it was pretty slow, because honestly, everybody wanted to get to the point of, hey, where's Jake Paul? When are you gonna go see Jake Paul? Blah, 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 and stuff like that. It did take a while, which, is kind of, dumb in a way, but it was worth it. It was actually kind of worth it. But from seeing from the beginning to the end, most of the beginning stuff was kind of like useless in the end. So yeah, I'm pretty sure, because if you've seen it, then we talked about sociopaths, and we had this therapist that we saw in like the second to last episode or something like that. I don't know, I don't remember if she was in the last episode, But when she was talking about sociopaths and psychopaths, that was kind of useless because we just wanted to know, is he a sociopath? Is he a psychopath? And in the end, he's pretty much not. He really isn't. Okay, so pretty much I got off topic a little bit. So let's get back to the beginning a little bit. So basically, people were saying, hey, Shane, you are not, just don't do it. Don't do this series. You're going to give him a platform and it's not going to help any of you. You're gonna end your career. First off, he was the fastest growing channel on YouTube. Once he released episode 1, he got so much support from everybody. Because every YouTuber, big or small, was watching this series. It went mainstream. It really did. There was news outlets, even like with the first episode out, there was articles already posted about it. That's how mainstream it was. People were saying like, oh yeah, you're gonna pretty much like hurt Jake's career too. And I mean, like in the beginning of the series, like he did get some dislikes here and there because people did not know what the series was gonna be about anyway. So we're gonna move on to the topic where, you know, we get to the part where Shane and Jake are actually, you know, talking with each other, and we're gonna talk about some topics that I want to talk about. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but I just want to give some basic, you know, topics that I actually want to speak about. In the beginning where, like, you know, Shane went to Jake's house, nothing too bad went on there. It was just basically a house tour, nothing too bad. There's talks here and there, but you know, they just want to know who Jake is as a person. But I actually want to get into the very last episode of the series, because this is where really changed everything about Jake, about Shane, the whole series, everything. We wanted to know, is Jake a sociopath? He is not. We confirmed that. The therapist, I'm gonna put that in quotations because there's been controversy where she's not a therapist and she said some things that she shouldn't have and she made it over dramatic, you know, here and there. If you guys have heard about that, you know what I'm talking about. Basically, there have been parts in where they have sat down together where Jake literally looks like he like almost broke down in tears because there were topics that Shane brought up that, you know, everybody needed to know. Everybody wanted to know. It was just hard for him to even talk about. So I'm going to show a clip of that.
I stayed silent for like 3 days and I don't know if I need to like go into any more detail really.
I'm sure people will actually want to see like more of Jake, and like, yes, he's a person, and like it is perfectly fine to cry about something that's been haunting you, having so much on your shoulders that you just want to get out, because nobody knows anything about, you know, the FaZe Bang situation, the Alyssa situation. Like nobody fucking knows. And nobody has said the truth, and he was the one that was like, okay, I'm gonna say what I need to say, flat out true. I'm great that he did this. Like it really makes him feel like, you know, I want to get this off my shoulder. I want the people to know what actually happened. There was a little part of Jake and Shane where Shane was talking about that, you know, Jake could be manipulating kids to buy his merch, and you know, Shane even talked about it. Like I did make a video about, you know, before the series was even a thing, and I talked about a video that Nerd City made about Jake Paul, and I really highly suggest you watch it because there are some points that Shane brings up from that video.
But there's a video right now that a lot of people are talking about from a channel called Nerd City.
He is intensely hated by most other creators now.
You know, you've said a lot that your audience is between 8 and 16. You know that they're young. So here's what people are saying and what the video said. You're constantly promoting your merch, like a lot.
Out of a 13-minute and 50-second video, nearly 7 minutes of that time is devoted to advertising products.
Excessively. You have a merch store in your house. We saw it. It's like merch is very much like always a part of every video. Like 50% of it or more, right? You even made a song all about merch.
Buy that merch.
You made jokes and said like, hey kids, tell your parents to buy my merch. Tell your parents I want this merch, whatever.
Go tell your mama she gotta buy it all.
You know, you had kids join Team 10. You had like mini Jake Paul. Like, you very much created a world of like something that kids want to watch. You're catering to children.
My little dude here is rocking the merch. Show him, turn him around. That's what I'm talking about. Didn't you have the underwear on too?
Oh! Even tagging your videos like family friendly, but also tagging them like sexy girls, which is a little weird. So people basically think that you're manipulating young people, kids watching, to spend their money on you, to buy your merch.
All right, Ben, we need to sell some merch, you know? You're cute, so they'll buy the merch if you wear it. I'm gonna need you to put this on and go in front of the camera, okay?
So I'm curious, like, what your reaction is when people say that's like crazy.
I honestly think it's fucking stupid that people think that's manipulative. Yeah, I mean, I don't see a problem with it at all. Like, just because my fans are younger, does that mean I'm manipulating them? Like,
for what Jake said, I really just don't agree with him. I really don't, because the thing is like, we have proof that your audience is mostly kids. You tell pretty much everybody, hey, you're watching the video, go buy my merch, it's here. Oh, another like 2 minutes go by, hey, you know, did I tell you about my merch? It's quite fire, you know? This is like what Nerd City made, and what he actually went through of going through a Jake Paul video and seeing how much advertisement he does in one video. And what he said is that at least about 7 minutes, that's more than half of the video that he did, 50% of the video is dedicated to advertisement, to his merch, his song, all that stuff, the boxing match. In that video, I believe he still manipulates kids. Like, that's been proven, that his audience are mostly kids. Now I'm actually going to get to the whole topic about the whole situation with the assault with FaZe Banks and the assistant with Jake Paul. If you guys don't know this or don't remember this, because this was quite an old video, I think about a year ago or so, there was this girl that was Jake's assistant, and you know, she was at a bar, I'm pretty sure, and she was saying that, oh yeah, FaZe Banks assaulted me. And you know, this whole drama just got way out of hand. It was back and forth, and you know, it was completely just outrageous of what happened. I was like, that can't be fucking real. Like, are you serious? Because this was huge on YouTube during the time. Like, everybody was just like, what the hell? Like, this is insane. There is no way this man did this. Basically, Jake explains that FaZe Bank and him talked about it off camera because nobody knew literally what happened between the whole situation between both of them. And I was quite surprised that Jake was like, yeah, I'm deleting the video. I don't know why it's up still.
by the time we met up and talked about it, like, it was already had dissipated. I felt like maybe it would just bring up that topic again. Banks and I talked about it in person, like, resolved it, and like, I think he's a good person, and like, we've both grown so much and learned a lot from that.
Yeah. Do you have a reason for it still being up?
No.
Like, why wouldn't you take it down? Why wouldn't you private it?
I never thought about it, like.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't have to lie. You can just be like, I don't think about it.
No, yeah, I didn't think about it. I don't know if that would. I think the damage was already done, so many people had already seen it. By the time, like, I don't know. I mean, I can delete it. I probably should delete it.
I mean, yeah, I don't want to like tell you what to do or anything. I think it is something that people are just, why is it still up?
I'll probably just delete it right now,
Oh fuck.
so I don't forget. Yeah, delete it.
That's good. That's cool.
Jake was actually supposed to make an apology video, and you know, that never happened, but he deleted the video, which, you know, I'm not gonna be saying like, oh yeah, good for you. I'm glad this whole thing is just gone, because this situation was absolutely just horrible. Finally, the video is just gone. It was a disgusting, horrific situation that should have never happened. I actually want to touch this in because I'm actually editing the video right now, but I want to talk about the situation with Alyssa and Jake a little bit because Logan Paul gets dragged into the name, and basically they are saying that Logan caused the drama between Alyssa and Jake, where Logan was like, you know, making videos with her, doing some stuff, doing diss tracks against Jake, and like showing that they're like pretty much kind of together in a way, like they were doing stuff that like couples would do. It was just a horrific thing, and I kind of felt bad that this fucking happened. Like I'm not gonna like, you know, say, oh, I'm feeling bad for Jake, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm gonna like sub to him. No, I'm still not gonna sub to him because that's just not my content. And the situation is that I feel like Logan is the big problem to this. Like I think Logan caused a lot of this issues with Jake, and it really does suck to have somebody like that. And yes, he did talk to him about the whole situation, and it's horrible how this whole thing just ended out, and like it's terrible. So people are actually saying that Logan Paul is actually the sociopath, not Jake. There's more to the video than this, but this is basically the main stuff I actually physically want to talk about, because other stuff, there's stuff I want to talk about, but I don't know much about it, and like I could like do my research about it, but these are the main topics and what I thought about the whole series in general, because this series was absolutely fantastic. Shane, you did a fantastic job, and I want to say this, and I'm going to, that people started feeling bad for Jake because Jake actually came out and wanted to tell everybody the truth, because we never see this side of Jake at all. Like we never see him like, you know, come out and say, this is the truth, I'm gonna be fucking honest with you. And you know, he flat out actually sat down, said what he needed to say, ended a whole bunch of drama that was still circling around to this day, and just cleaned it up. He wanted to cover everything. He wanted to get rid of everything. He wanted to get everything off his shoulders and just be done with it. That's actually all I have to say about this whole video. And if you guys are new to the channel, click that subscribe button. And if you guys like the video, click that like button. If I missed anything and you guys want me to like give like a quick comment reply, then post it down in the comments and I'll give you my opinion about that. I have all my social media links down in the description below. So I have my Twitter, Discord, subreddit, everything. Pretty much everything is down in the description below. Go check it out if you guys want to follow me. Please follow me on Twitter. I'm pretty much on there every day. And yeah, I tweet memes. That's all I gotta say, everybody. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Goodbye.